Hello everyone, it's Shawna here from White Crane Qigong with this week's Qigong session. It feels like a very important time to clear out old emotions, stagnant qi. There's been so much happening continuously on our planet. If you would like to feel refreshed, revitalized, and more positive, join me for this session. It's a little bit longer today, but by the end of it, you should be feeling back to balance, back to center, and ready to face whatever is going to be thrown at us this week. Thank you always for joining me, taking time out of your day to share Qi with me. I so appreciate your company. Come on, let's go. Find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed and bring your feet straight out in front of you. Feet, knees, hips in alignment. We'll begin this practice by deepening the breath. I like to place one hand at the lower dantian and the other at the heart. We breathe deep into the lower belly and wave this breath up through the rib cage into the chest, and then from the chest back down to the belly. We breathe in through the nose, and you can breathe out through the mouth. Sometimes I like to have a nice sigh on the out breath and release stagnant qi. Now release your hands by your side and step out to your left. Feet are under the shoulders. We'll take a nice breath in and sweep the arms down. You'll see I'm coming up onto my toes, light fists as the hands come up, and we breathe in, and then the hands open to sweep back down. This is a great way to clear and cleanse stagnant qi from the body. It's like a really big whoosh out. Allow yourself just to stand for a moment. If you feel dizzy, just give yourself a couple of extra seconds. Then we'll begin tapping on the chest from the collarbones down to the sternum. This is just a light tapping with your closed fists. And if you wish to deepen this, you can take a breath in and hold for about 3 seconds, and then breathe out. And then just brush off that excess qi. And then we'll begin by opening up through the channels in the arms. So brushing down the inside of the arm and up the outside. Then we'll tap at the shoulder. Just breathing naturally. And then we'll do the same with the other arm. Brushing down the inside and up the outside. And then finish by tapping at your shoulder. It's a really nice way to help clear brain fog. Allow your hands to come down, and then we'll use a light fist to tap into the center of your palm, which is this Lao Gong point, and the master point for the heart. This can help to release emotional tension. And then along the outer edge of the baby finger, this is the small intestine channel, This is the filter for the heart. So we just tap these channels together and then make a circle with your forefinger and your thumb, and we'll run around the wrist crease. You've got some points for your heart in here, so a nice release of emotional tension. And then we'll start to shake it out. Tap your heels on the ground. Let all of your joints be soft and loose. And just allow your body to move in whatever way you feel called to do so. I'll often have a good yell through shaking, just a really big release. This is a wonderful shamanic practice to help reset your nervous system naturally. This practice is all about releasing stagnant chi and clearing negative energy. Shaking is always a really great way to do that. Keep going for a few more moments and just really let go. Now slowly coming to a stop, come back to center. Just feel that energy moving through your body, the buzzing, the tingling, that rush of vibrant chi. And then we'll make light fists and we'll tap at stomach 36, so just below the knee. On the outer edge of the leg, you'll feel a little soft pocket, and we'll just tap gently at that point. Keep your knees nice and soft, tailbone under, and roll back up. And then we'll tap at lung 1 and lung 2 points. So we'll double pump at the knees, and you'll just use the outer edge of your thumb to tap at these lung points. Help to clear stagnant chi from the lungs and get the chi moving for vitality and depression relief. Come back to center, and we're going to tap just around the under edge of the ribs, just gently. Just tapping here at the spleen and the liver. And then we'll do the same thing on the lower dantian, so just tapping across, using as much pressure as you feel comfortable with, but we don't want to be tapping too hard. And then slide your hands across to your back, and we'll tap from as high as you can reach down to the buttocks, and we'll just stimulate through the kidneys and the bladder channel. And then soften the knees, anchor the tailbone, and we'll run the hands all the way down the back of the legs, along the bladder channel, and then up the inside on the kidney channel. We'll do this a few more times just to dredge these meridians. Up the inside, slide across to your back, fold over, run down the back of the legs, and then up the inside of the legs. And then float up and release, and pull your hands back down and pull fresh chi into the body. And then we'll dredge the liver meridian, so up the inside of the upper thigh, and then down the outside towards the knee, and release. So the breath work here is you're breathing in to come up the inside of the legs, out to run down, and then back up. The outside of your legs is home to the gallbladder channel. The gallbladder and the liver are paired organs. So it's nice to dredge and nourish these together. And just let your hands float down. And then we'll use the outer edge of the hand again to tap into the groin creases, not too hard, but we'll just assist with some lymphatic drainage here. And I'm pumping the legs just to further assist with the process. And then bring your left arm up over your head and we'll tap down the side of the body from the armpit down to the hip 3 times. This is another part of your lymphatic system. And then the right hand up, and we'll do the same thing down the right side of the body. Slowly let your arm release back down. And then we'll make little claws with the hands and we'll start massaging through the hair and the scalp. I'm running my hands upwards. This is a really nice way to help clear brain fog and stimulate the meridians in the head and release tension. And then we'll make light fists and tap from the shoulders up either side of the spine, up the neck, and then just out across the base of the head. So we come up and then work across. Don't want to tap too hard, just enough to stimulate. And then we'll use the fingertips like raindrops to just tap over the whole face. Nice way to wake up your energy and feel refreshed and revitalized. Then using your forefinger and thumb, we're gently going to squeeze down from the top of the ear along the outer edge all the way down to the earlobe. You have about 200 pressure points in your ears for your whole body. Massaging the cartilage of the ears is a wonderful way to reset your nervous system, bring calm to the body, and also to tap into your intuition. And then we'll take the hands and just brush off the whole body, releasing any chi that's come to the surface and just letting go. Rub your hands together and give your fingers a little flick. And then we'll come into hip rotations and open up through the hips and the lower back. Here your feet are planted, nice and strong, and your head is aligned with the heavens, leaning into the hip, forward, other hip and back. And you can feel this movement across the base of your whole feet. Now come back to center, and then we'll cycle back the other way. Always make sure when we change direction, you come all the way back to alignment before you proceed in the opposite direction. And then we'll anchor through the lower half and we'll just circle through the waist. So you'll notice my hips aren't moving. My feet are anchored, always a soft bend in the knees. And we're just turning through the waist. Back to center, and then we'll go back in the opposite direction. This is really nice to help open up the spine and just relieve back pain. Again, if any of these forms feel really uncomfortable or painful, just give them a miss and move on to the next one. Back to center. Release your hands, let your shoulders relax. And then we'll come into some balance. Just breathe in and draw one ankle onto the opposite shin. Breathe out and release. Breathe in and come up. Postures that work with balance help to align the left and right hemispheres in the brain, which can help us with sleep and mental health issues. One more either side, crossing over. Come back to center, and last round. Draw the hands in fists and bring your forearms as close together as you can. And we'll come into some spinal cord breathing. So here we breathe in to come up, draw the elbows back, open through the chest. Breathe out as we round forward. Open up, and then breathe out to draw in. My lower half stays nice and steady and strong, and I'm leaning over through the upper half. We're just curling down. We're breathing out forward and breathing in to peel back. Now, the spine is the hub of our nervous system, so when we keep the spine nice and supple, this helps to leave us feel more peaceful. Now bring your hands in prayer, keep the feet anchored, and we're going to turn through the upper body from one side to the other. Only turn as far as feels comfortable for you, and we're not twisting the knees in any forms that we do. Knees are a hinge joint that like to move up and down only, not grind from side to side. Drop your fingers down, and then we'll come into a forward fold. So just coming down as far as feels comfortable for you today. Let your lower back release, your head be very heavy, and then slowly pull back up, restacking the vertebrae one at a time. And then we'll step out into horse stance or mabu. Make sure you sit so the tailbone is anchored. And we'll draw the hands to the heart in prayer and come into some nice side leans. One hand up overhead, the other in front of the lower dantian. One hand pushes up, the other down. We're breathing out to lean and in to come back to center. The arms are just windmilling around. So draw back to the heart at prayer. One hand up and one down, and then breathe out to get a nice side stretch. And you'll notice there's a little pulse with the knees here. Now turn your hands back to back. We're going to push across the chest, palm out, and the other hand presses out behind the back. So it's a nice little twist, and you'll notice I'm moving my hips as well so that I'm not twisting my knee. The whole leg is moving, pressing out and back. Breathe in to come in and out to push. And then release your hands down, and we'll come into a little form called flowing like a river. You're shifting the weight from leg to leg, and then leaning the head from one side to the other. So just let go as much as you can and feel this watery fluidity moving through your body. So you're just floating along a river in the current. I have no weight in my hands. My legs just offer them a place to sit. And if you'd like to add to this, you can use your arms as though you're just swishing the water from side to side. It's very strong for the legs. Take your time. Always go at your own pace and with what feels comfortable for you. And then we'll come back to center. Allow that energy to settle, and then we'll come back to Wuji. Maybe give your feet a little shake. And then we'll regulate the chi by drawing up through center and back down. And just settle this energy, gathering up from earth and releasing back through the body, feeling yourself calm and stable, nice and relaxed and open. Breathing in, float your hands up, and as though you're just parting clouds, expand out, gather back in, and float your hands down. Breathing in, gather up, push out gently. Draw your hands back in towards each other, and then float back down. Soft through the wrists to come up, and then active to push and gather, and then just float back down. We breathe in to expand, the sternum lifts, and then draw back down. When we clear the lungs, we can help to release tendencies towards depression. This is a great form for anyone who sits a long time at a desk. You're feeling a bit depressed about your situation or circumstances, or you're just finding it hard to get motivated. Cross the hands at the wrists, draw them up to the chest, uncross and float down. Let's try it again. Cross at the wrists, hands turn over to face the chest, and then we just uncross and float down. Cross over, breathe in up at the heart, uncross and float down. Breathing into cross, up at the chest. This time we'll lean into one leg, bend the knee and press. Back up to center. As you uncross, lean, bending both knees but leaning into one leg. Back to center and up. Cross over and press. Back to center and then lean to press down. When we're crossing the wrist gates, this is Negwan and Waiguan, very beneficial for protecting your energy. So we're clearing stagnant chi and negative energy today, but we're also finishing up this practice by securing a field of protective energy around you. Back to center, cross, uncross, and lean into the opposite leg. And then we'll finish by just uncrossing and let your hands float back down. Now push your hands out, draw them back to back through center, and fan out. There's a sliding back of the hips here, tailbone anchors to pull up, and the hands sweep out to either side. So we're pulling up like a wave up the back and fanning out. Breathing in to come up and fanning out to release. I'm really using the strength in my legs to push up from the base of the feet. We'll go for a couple more rounds in this form called the fountain. Breathing in to come up and out to release out. Now this time, we're going to float the hands up so you're tracing the top of a heart. They'll come back down through center, palms flip. We gather up the chi of earth, and it's as though you're pouring it right into your body. Hands come out by the side, then they float up. Draw back down through center as the knees bend. And then we gather up overhead and pour this energy into our vessel. Floating up. Come down through center, soften the knees, gather up. If it feels comfortable for you to do a light back bend, you're welcome to do that. Otherwise, you can just keep your back straight up and down. Breathe out to float down, in to gather up and pour. We breathe out as the hands float back down. In to gather. Out to push down, gather up, breathing in and pouring this energy into your body. The cool, nourishing, stabilizing force of yin for the blood and the bones. Feet connected to the earth, head aligned with the heavens. Now press your palms together in prayer, facing down at the lower dantian. Pivot them up at the heart. And we'll come into a small heavenly roll. Breathing in to come up. Gently push the hands out, and then we trace up the center line of the body. The hands just continually turning, facing down, pushing up, and then releasing out. And we're using this same wave-like pattern up the spine. Pulling up, pushing out. We're breathing in to come up and around, and out to float down, circulating the chi through the body, revitalizing your energy and helping to cultivate that deep anchor, the root of the body. Now draw the hands to the lower dantian. Circling over to the right, down and around, back up left and over to the right. I'm mirroring you here so you can follow my hand movements as they are. It's always nice to settle the chi with our practice of mofu. Release the hands And we'll finish our practice today with combing the energy field. Your energy field radiates out around your body all the way underneath you, and it's like a protective shield. And today we're going to comb this energy field and strengthen it. Gather up overhead. Make claws with your hands like a comb and rake down the front of your energy field. When your hands reach down, flick your fingers and breathe in and pull back up. Gather up, rake down the front of your etheric field, all the way down to the ground if possible, bending the knees, flick. We do 3 rounds, 3 times, combing down the front of your field, just seeing all negative energies being released and dispersed. Gather up, and now we'll do the sides of the body. Raking down the side of the body, all the way down the side of the legs, and flick out. Making sure as you're folding over and coming back up, you're keeping a generous bend in the knees and the tailbone nice and anchored as you unwind. Energy is very magnetic. We often pick up energy when we're in crowded places, from family, friends, work colleagues. Some of it is wanted and some of it is unwanted. Here you can gather up and release, clearing your field so you can strengthen your immune health and your own authentic nature. Coming home to yourself is the foundation of our practice. Now draw your palm up over your left shoulder, and we'll use the palm to pull up negative energy, and then comb down the outer edge of your arm and flick. Then we'll gather up at the shoulder again, and we're using the hand as a magnet to draw any negative energy out, and we release it through the fingertips. Reaching up to gather. Now we'll do the inner part of the arm and run down. And you're not actually touching your skin for any part of this practice. So the hand up at the shoulder, and then we breathe out, run the fingers down the outer edge of the arm and flick. We gather again, and then run your hand down the medial side of the arm and flick. And then on the 3rd round, we turn the palm up and run down the inner seam of the arm and flick. And then to finish our practice, we're going to put a protective shield of golden light around our body. Stopping at Yin Tang, 3rd eye, home of your perception, helping you to perceive the love in yourself and others, down to your heart center, clearing any negative energy and reinforcing this most powerful energetic system of the body. And then down to the lower dantian, the home of your essence. You're just filling yourself with pure, golden, healing, and purifying light. And then gathering up, and we'll pull down the heavens 3 times. flooding ourselves with the energy of the sky and all that it contains, every planet, every solar system, every star, and washing this heavenly essence down through your body, helping you to release excessive thinking and draw your energy down so that you can become more present, more alive, alert, and aligned. We finish with the hands at the lower dantian, and I thank you always for taking time to come and share Qi with me. Wishing you a beautiful day and much peace. Always take a few moments at the end of your practice just to allow for some stillness and your energy to settle, giving yourself this quality time, your most precious presence, before you step back out into the world. I love to travel, so if you would like me to come and share Qi with you at your retreat center, hotel, or for a business gathering, I welcome you to reach out. I would love to hear from you.